Right then, hello and welcome to GTR, the very first GTR game released way back in 2004. Yes, this game is 20 years old already, if you can believe that. It is the first game as well of the official FIA GT Racing as well. And after a lot of fumbling around, messing about, I managed to get it working on the system. So yeah, it was a massive pain in the backside just to get it to run. Usually you would have an error where it would say not enough memory, you need 32 megabytes or something like that. But yeah, there are ways to bypass that. And it's actually quite simple. If you have the second GTR game, if you go onto the GPU GUI or something, it's got like a long code. If you paste that into the config.ini file on GTR, it runs. So yeah, don't know why, but it does. So yeah, we are going to do some simulation. I have made some custom championships, which you can do on this game as well. But we're going to start, of course, with the arcade mode. I'm not going to worry about semi-pro. I'm just going to worry about arcade and then do some simulation. This is not a very long game. I'm not going to do the full SPA 24 hours either, because it is a little bit strange. We'll get more into that later on. But yeah, we are going to do the arcade mode first. You have 4 races, and you have the Sunday Driver, Weekend Warrior, Speed Demon, and Alien on Wheels. So the Sunday Driver then is just a 3-minute race with 3 opponents. The Weekend Warrior, 6 minutes with 5 opponents. Speed Demon, 12 minutes with 7. And then finally the Alien on Wheels, 18-minute race with 9 opponents. So I'm going to change the track as well. The length of the race does change depending on what track you use. So for example, if we use the SPA 24 hours and we go to summary, it'll be 9 minutes, and if you go to the Alien on Wheels, it'll be 54 minutes, because it's using the 24-hour timeline, but it's compressed. But we're not going to worry about that. We are going to use some of the smaller circuits, so we're going to start with Catalunya. And what car are we going to use? Actually, no, that is quite a long race as well, so we'll go with Donington. No, that's still... Oh yeah, it's 18 minutes because I'm on the Alien on Wheels. Silly me. So yeah, we'll start, as I was going to, with good old Catalunya. And the car I'm going to be using, got the NGT or the GT class. I'm going to start with the NGT. And we're going to go to the Porsche teams. Nope, not that one. Porsche teams, there we go. There is number 86 I will be using. And yeah, so literally it's just to get you in the mood for, or get you the feel of the cars with the arcade mode. They changed that for GTR 2. You had like the driving tests, which when we get into the main bulk of that game, once I've done all the British Touring Car mods, yeah, I will be showing off the actual driving tests and everything else that the game has to offer. So to start with though, we're going to do the first of the arcade races. And yeah, very simple. So again, there's only 4 cars on the grid just to start with. And yeah, we'll get started with race number 1. The arcade mode, the wing mirrors never work for some weird reason. So yeah, you got a formation lap as well. I think my seating is a little low down. There we go. But yeah, for some reason, the arcade mode, the wing mirrors, or the rear view mirror for that matter, never works. Only ever works on simulation. So yeah, a little bit strange. But, you know, usual thing like with GTR 2 and that, like you got your headlights, you got your pit speed limiter, which I cannot seem to put on for some reason. So the custom championships I've added to the game as well. The first one is using the Ferrari 360 Modena, and there are 10 cars to choose from on that championship, or the roster of car. So I've already picked out the drivers for that, because I'm going to have it as a special members only championship. There's 9 members currently on the channel, and I thought, well, you know, myself and 9 others, 10 cars on the grid. So yeah, it's just purely for the members, just as a warm-up championship. And then of course you got the Dodge Vipers, which I think there's still 10 cars on that one as well, or 10 models that you can choose from, which I've set up a custom championship for as well. The Porsches, I've also set up a custom championship on that. What else? You got the NGT championship as well, which I've set up. You got the main GT field, and then you've got, of course, the entire FIA GT World Championship, which we will get into later on. And that includes the 24 hours of Spa, which coincidentally is this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, a fun time to be had. There are 74 cars that you can choose from, and I think that changes depending on what race. Some drivers appear in certain races, some others don't. So if we can get the entire field of 74 drivers picked up, then that'll be fantastic, because then, you know, everyone will have a chance to race. But yeah, the Spa 24 hours on this game is rather strange. Rather than it just being one race, 24 hours all the way through, you know, with a day-night cycle, this game didn't have a day-night cycle. So instead you had 6 hours of daytime, then the race would go into a loading screen, and then it would go into the sunset portion of the race. And then again, it would do that for another few hours. And then it will load up the game again, or load up the race again, but it will be the nighttime section. And then so on and so forth. And then it will load up another section where it's going back to daytime again. So yeah, this game had a lot of limitations where it didn't have the 24-hour day-night cycle as it did have on GTR 2. Also, I can change gears, but because this is on easy mode, they put on all the driving aids for you. So I've got automatic gears, and so on and so forth. So I don't actually have to do anything. I can be really lazy and not change gear. Anyway, that's our formation lap done. And we are... Come on. Underway. For 3 minutes. Excuse me. But yeah, the steering input is a little bit strange as well, because it's steering for me in corners. And there's a bit of a brake assist as well, so I am turning the steering wheel a lot more than it's allowing me to. But there you go, that's how easy it is with the first race. So this is technically going to be a 2-lap sprint. And then we'll move on to... There you go, the car braked for me then. But of course, with the other 3 races afterwards, the driving aids are slowly removed. More cars are going to be on the grid as well. And then finally, the Alien on Wheels race is, you know, full-on simulation. You don't have any of the driving aids or anything like that. It's just, yeah, bang-on simulation. But yeah, I wanted to... you know, after doing the British Touring Cars on GTR 2 for so long, I've wanted to do a proper series of the base game. You know, as the game was intended, not any mods or anything like that. But as I managed to get the first GTR game working, I thought, you know, I like doing things in chronological order. That's, you know, what I've been doing for years. So... why not? Let's just start a really short series. It is going to be a shorter series. Yeah, I'm going to keep it steady, don't worry. So yeah, why not start a smaller, shorter series on the first GTR game. In between, you know, finishing off the British Touring Cars on GTR 2, which has only got 6 rounds to go. There you go, look, the car is braking for me again. But yeah, we got a massive lead. So yeah, do a couple of custom championships. Oh, that sounds really awful when it's on, like, the limiter there. So, yeah, that's what I've decided to do, just to have a little bit of fun. And to show off the older game as well. Because why not? Now, I haven't added the like username or sorry, viewers' names to the drivers in arcade mode, because sometimes the drivers do change. So for example, we had 3 other Porsche 911s. They change, you know, if you restart the race, the driver lineup does change. So, you know, it's no point in trying to add viewers' names as the drivers, because, you know, they might not show up. So that is purely going to be for the Simulation Championship mode, which I'm actually looking forward to doing. Because, like I said, surprisingly, this game was fairly simple to get running and set up and everything else. So, there we go. That is race number 1. I don't actually know if we have another lap or if that's it. Nope, that's it. Cool. So, 1:37.4. So, that is not too bad at all in my lovely, glorious car number 86. So, now we just have to wait for the other drivers. Actually, I don't know if it waits that long, or if it just cuts back to the main screen. Yeah, I'm on. As always, you can scroll between the other cars as well using the minus and plus keys on your keypad, and so on. So yeah, there we go. So we'll just exit that actually because we've already won. And there you go. You actually get outro screens as well of a blurry image circa 2004 from a Motorola flip phone. So there we go. We win from Burt Longin, Ian Can, and Richard Kay. So yeah, that was fairly easy. So we'll go back then. That was Sunday Driver. We'll go to Weekend Warrior. We'll go to the next track as well. We'll go to good old Magny-Cours. I was going to say Paul Ricard now, but nope, that would be completely wrong. So yeah, Magny-Cours then in France, which was round 2 of the 2004 or 2003 FIA GT World Championship. So we have Stefan Ortelli, Burt Longin again, Daniel Desbrueres, Stephen Dowdy, yep. You can tell I'm still good with names, and Jeffrey Jones, or Godfrey Jones, sorry, and myself in 6th place. And here we go. Now, some of the driving aids, again, have been removed from the car. So it's given me a lot more freedom of movement. I think the steering aids are still there. I think the braking may be a bit lessened. But yeah, it's not too bad. Again, everyone else is going to be in Porsche 911s because that is the car that you've picked, so everyone stays in the same class. I do like the livery on that blue and yellow machine. It's very, very simple design. Now, there are different versions of 911 in this game as well. You have the GT3 machines, and then you have like the more higher powered 911s. They have a wider bodywork and massive wings on the back. But they're not overly faster. They're more in the same category. Get some temperature into the tires. You can see I'm turning the steering wheel, but the steering is turning back against me. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, one thing I will add is that the XD plugin that I use for GTR2, you know, with the scoreboard on the right-hand side and the track maps and everything else, unfortunately, that is not compatible with the first GTR game. So, you know, we're stuck with no HUD in car. You do have HUD outside, but not on this mode, I don't think, no. How do I go back in car? There we go. So, yeah, no HUD per se, which, again, you wouldn't get HUD in real life. You know, you're sat in the car. The only HUD that you really have is what's on the dashboard, which tells you what gear you're in, what position you're in, your lap times. Of course, it's all changed now with the, you know, GT3 machines. You're watching the qualifying for the Spa 24 hours, and you actually do have a racing game-esque scoreboard on your dash, which tells you how far ahead the driver is in front, how far the bloke is behind, which is really strange, because that's been a part of racing games for years. And to actually see it in real life, it's like, wow, you know, the real world and the sim world are starting to become one. But, yeah, there we go. I'm not going to skip any of these formation laps either, because I can't be bothered. And it'll allow me to sync up the replays easier as well. If I decide to put the replays on, that is. I might not. Because here's a little trick. A trick of the trade on how I sync up replays, right? So once a race usually finishes, I go onto the track camera, so I press this key. And then when a camera changes position, so for example, if it goes to a different camera angle around the corner, I can then sync up those camera swaps to the replay. So yeah, it makes life a lot easier compared to how I used to do it back in the Race 07 days, where I'd sit on the grid and wobble the steering wheel around in the hope I could sync it up. So yeah, I do have my little ways, and we are, for round 2, underway. The gear's still automatic, so I don't have to worry about changing gear at the moment. So we all head into the right-hander. Oh, a little bit of a nudge from behind. But again, though, this race, very simple. Just take the inside line, give him a bit of a nudge. Yeah, you can see how weird the steering wheel is moving. Again, that's because my steering inputs are being overwritten by the steering driving aids. So I'm putting in, say, 270 degrees of rotation through the hairpin, but the steering wheel, as you can see, is sort of like not allowing me to do that because it's overriding my inputs. But we've had enough practice around this track as we go off. As we head up towards Adelaide. I'm assuming that's the corner name because it's emblazoned across the seating. No spectators in the stands either. Which is, oh, there's a little spattering of spectators there going through the last chicane. Any on this side? No, not really.
Nice driving, in the lead. Keep it steady.
Thanks, Bob, or whatever your name is. Why are crew chiefs so miserable? You hear it on Formula 1, it's like, yeah, that's very good, you won the race, well done, well done. It's like, for God's sake, man, have a bit of enthusiasm to your voice. I don't know. Got 3:45 to go. So yeah, I mean, for the future championships, then once we get past the members only championship, if you want to pop your name down for one of the cars, I will be putting a list out of all the, once we get into the FIA GT championship, that is, with 74 cars available, I will be popping down all of the numbers that are available, excluding number 86, because that is my number. You shall not have it. Yeah, so whatever car number you want, then you can have, and then it'll be onto the championships. But that's still far off anyway.
Nice driving, in the lead. Keep it steady.
Yeah, thank you. You unenthusiastic buffoon. Right, we've got a 10-second lead over Stefan Ortelli. Now watch again the steering wheel. I'm going to put in all the steering rotation, and it's actually fighting and steering for me, essentially. So if I Actually, if I hold the steering wheel straight, is it going to steer for me? No. Only in corners, then, it seems. Not all the time. It seems to only activate when you're actually doing an input, and then it sort of like corrects it. Like there. But I don't feel any of the braking assist either. So that's cool. Another amazing thing as well is I read that a lot of people were having issues getting this game to work with, say, a G29 steering wheel. Works with mine straight away. No issues whatsoever. Yeah, most games that a lot of people have issues with, I've never had problems when it concerns my steering wheel. So, very strange. Oh. Oh my word. The cars don't seem to like the curbs that well. Okay, final lap.
Nice driving, you're in the lead. Keep it steady.
Yeah, lost a little bit of time because we're now only 7 seconds ahead of Ortelli. But then I was messing around showing off the steering aids and stuff like that. Oh. No. Bump off the wall. No damage, of course. The only real thing that I've had to do to get this game running at a, a decent frame rate is to, again, the curbs, is to run the game as admin, or the exe as admin, and to set the core affinity to run on all cores. Otherwise you get some really strange audio anomalies. But besides that, no, works fine. No problems whatsoever. It's so bad. That's why I hate the steering, the driving aids, the steering aids, is you're trying to put in more of a steering input into certain corners, which would get you around the corner in theory if the steering aid was turned off. But because it's counter steering for you, it's straightening up the car too much. But anyway, race 2, and it is another victory. Hooray! My driver does a nice little wobble at the end. So how far back was Mr. Stephen Ortelli? 7 seconds. So, not too bad. Anyway, just exit that. Finish the race. And yes, we get another nice little victory screen. Again, blurry image. Circa 2004 with a Motorola flip phone. So yeah, there we go. Another victory. So we'll get back out of that one. We'll go to Speed Demon. Damage is on mid or medium. Assists are now low. 7 opponents, and the AI is set to fast. So yeah, the driving aids are slowly being lessened. And then when you get to Alien on Wheels, the damage is on full. The assists are on minimum. And there's 9 opponents. So yeah, Speed Demon is next then. We'll go to, my favourite circuit in the GTR games, which is good old Enna Pergusa in Italy. And we're going to stay in number 86 machine. And this race is going to be hella fun. It is very, very quick. And it's just an absolute blast to drive around. Right, don't want to skip the formation lap. You want to keep it all realistic. Now in GTR 2, this race, or the circuit, had a couple of bugs. And that was the grass banks on the outside of the circuit. A lot of them were just black voids. Most of the grass had been, removed, and it was just literally just a black texture. That was never a problem on the first game. So yeah, very bizarre. But if you notice now, because we have more cars on the track, we also have a Ferrari joining the fray. In fact, we have 2 Ferraris joining the fray. So we got, what's that, 6 Porsches and 2 Ferraris on the grid. So this is going to be fun. Of course, the Ferraris would join in, being in Italy. What car number is that? That is car number 58 and car number 57. Ah, so it's the team cars. Well, get back in line. There we go. Sadly, the gearing is still on automatic, and my steering inputs are still being overwritten slightly. Now this is the fun part. This chicane here catches out pretty much the AI 9 times out of 10. I had a race here once, just testing with the AI, and I think it was the 3rd or 4th place driver misjudged the chicane and went straight into the tyre barrier, which is impenetrable. It is a solid object stuck to the ground. His car didn't go any further, but his front wheels went flying, and 2 other cars went straight up into his chuff, and they parked off on the runoff area of the chicane, and they stayed there for the rest of the race. The race was neutralised. Of course, you had the safety car come out. But yeah, it was a good laugh. Another thing as well, a lot of people say, oh, what's the difference between a pace car and a safety car? Well, the pace car is the car in front. He sets the pace at the start of a race. So, you know, 80 kilometers an hour or whatever for the start. So he will pace the field for the start of a race. The car that comes out thereafter under yellow flag is a safety car. So, yeah, there you go. He comes out for safety purposes. So, pace car, start the race, safety car thereafter. Very, very easy. So, heading up to the penultimate chicane before we are let loose for 12 minutes of frantic racing. The pace car will peel off into the pits. Off he goes. And we will be getting underway for the Ennepegusa 12-minute endurance. And off we go. But yeah, I really do love this track. This is one of my all-time favourite circuits. Right, we'll stay in his draft. Looks like the Ferrari is pulling away. That's fine, we got these chicanes to go through yet. We can usually go through here at quite a nice rate of speed, excuse me. Oh. Luckily the damage is on low still, so I don't have to worry about that too much. This chicane up here is incredibly good fun. If you can get the right angle... Oh, not like that. Okay, so I have destroyed the car. Someone else had issues there as well. Yeah, the car is actually badly damaged. So what I'm going to do is just quickly restart. And we'll skip the formation lap as well. Just so we don't have to worry about that. We only done like half a lap. So it's no problem. So we'll just say that the red flag came out. And everyone had to restart. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying about the issues with the steering aids to help you turn. They don't actually help you turn at all. They actually hinder you. That's why I always tell people, if you want to get into sim racing, turn the driving aids off immediately. They will hinder you more than help you learn circuits. I mean, turning them off, yeah, you're going to be slower to start with, but you are going to gain that much more experience, and you're going to learn your own lines, which is a lot more beneficial in the long run, because you can actually make up, you know, a lot of time in certain corners that you wouldn't necessarily have been able to do if you had steering aids turned on. So, yeah, really beneficial if you turn the driving aids off immediately. And that includes the racing line that I noticed some people on, like, Gran Turismo Sport and this, that, and the other, they have, like, the racing line turned on. I'm like, really? You still drive with that bloody stupid line on? Christ. And you call yourself a sim racer? Pfft. Boulder Dash. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, that the AI are a lot quicker than they have been for the last 2 races. I'm gonna push, don't worry. Another thing that surprised me about this old game as well is that the force feedback works exceptionally well. You know, it's really solid. You know, you do get a feel for, you know, the bumps in the road and the car, the friction. So you do get a lot of that sensation, which I didn't expect being, you know, a 20-year-old game. But no, it works really, really well. Oh my word. Okay, that was fun. I actually jumped into the air then. Yeah, they go way too slow through here, so I can dive up the inside. Still got 9 minutes to go. I think I've done a bit of damage to the suspension going over that curb and flying through the air because it feels a little bit wobbly on the rear. Give him a little flash of the lights. Oh, we're not. We're in first. You liar. So you can probably hear the steering wheel rattling as I go over the curbs. Clunking and everything else. Right, now I got a bit of clean air ahead of me. I'll be able to go through these chicanes a lot quicker. Because, like I said, the AI do take it a lot slower than the driver can or the player can. Especially this chicane down here, which is so fun to go through. Like so. Take a little bit of the curb on the exit. And just like that, we picked up quite a substantial little lead. We got 7.5 minutes to go.
Nice driving, you're in the lead. Keep it steady.
He sounds like such a miserable goit. You're in the lead, keep it steady. No, I'm gonna be completely reckless. I don't want to play with fire too much on these laps because, like that, I will get the cornering wrong and I will just rip the front of my car off, and I don't really want to do that. I want to win these races, so I'm just going to play it a little bit more carefully than I would. Oh, like that. See, I late braked a bit too much. But we're still good. And we've got 6 minutes to go.
Nice driving in the lead. Keep it steady.
Oh, and again, late brake. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so I really need to, again, not play with fire too much and take the corners as they are intended to be taken and not drive too recklessly. Because that would be no fun whatsoever. And it would look rather embarrassing as well. Five minutes to go. It always sounds like as well that you've just gone off the circuit and brought on a load of gravel onto the track. Because you get that, you know, bits of dirt and debris and detritus being kicked up onto the underside of the car. That's what you can hear.
Nice driving in the lead. Keep it steady.
Right, leading by 7.9 seconds. Retrospect, not that big. But big enough. I think for the final race, the Alien on Wheels will stay at Ennepegusa. Because, again, it's one of my favourite circuits. And it's just fun to drive reindeer flat out. Now, unlike the second game where you need... Oh, that's not good. Get off the dirt, please. Yeah, the second game you need a patch to be able to use the Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Because they are just silhouette cars. When you first install the game, they're not available. That is down to the licensing and copyrights of Ferrari and so on. So yeah, you need a patch to be able to get those cars in, essentially. Not in the first game. No, everything is there, ready to go, as soon as you install it. Not many mods for this game either. That was more of a focus on the second one. We've got 2.5 minutes to go. Again, I'm going to take it a little bit steadier. Just so I can finish the race and win. So we got, well, this lap in, the next to go. Another good idea as well, if you want to learn braking zones, the track or the game actually gives them there for you already. If you look on the track, you'll start seeing, we'll come up to this section here and it'll go dark. This bit here, the track will go dark. That is your braking point. So the game actually gives you a helping hand with visual aids on where to brake and this, that and the other. I always look out for those, but I tend to leave it a little bit later. So for example, up here, see, start braking. And you can get around the corner very easily. They always give you like little telltale hints on where you should start braking, because that's where everyone else brakes. Of course, you're going to get tire, rubber buildup, and so on. So, yeah, you don't actually need a racing line whatsoever. Just use what the track gives you. Mike Jordan in the back. And this is, of course, the final lap. Nice and steady. Now we are going to be a little bit early for the end of the race, so I'm just going to do a Le Mans 24-hour style slowdown. Let the timer count down for 3. Oh, sugar. Okay. There we go. We won. I seen him there. I was like, oh my god, he's come right up very close. Thomas Enger was second then in the end. But yeah, there we go. A nice, easy victory around good old Enna Pagusa. So only one more race to go, so we'll quit that. So you had Thomas Enger then, Stefan Ortelli, Steve Hiss, Bert Longin. Oh, I couldn't see because, again, it's giving me this really naff photo. Yes, thank you. Mike Jordan, as I mentioned, in the Team Eurotech. And Andrzej Jurka. That's probably completely wrong. You got Emanuele Collard as well. So there we go. That is the penultimate race complete. So we got Alien on wheels, expert difficulty, damages on full, assists are on minimal, 9 opponents, so 10 cars on the grid, and the AI is set to expert. And we're going to stay with good old Enna Pagusa. So yeah, let's get on then with the final race in arcade mode. And here we are then. So Stefan Ortelli is going to be on pole position for this one. I'm starting all the way at the back in 10th place. Mike Jordan starting in 8th for this one as well. So yeah, let's get this one underway. The driving aids haven't completely been turned off. I've still got automatic gears and a few other things. I've got a little tiny bit of traction control, I think. But apart from that, everything else, you know, is turned on, like the simulation damage and so on and so forth. So yeah, this race will be a bit trickier than the previous ones, but still good fun. Okie dokie. I'm not going to worry about the formation lap this time. I'm just going to skip that because we've already seen it with the race at Catalunya, in Magny-Cours, and of course the previous race here at Enna. So just going to go straight into the race and get this final arcade event underway. Now, because this is just merely arcade mode, is that you don't have to win the races. They don't bring you anything, they don't unlock anything. This is just literally to dip your toes into the game, you know, if you've never played it before. So that is literally all it is. However, I do want to win, because I like winning. Simple as that. That was pretty good that in GTR 2 they do have like the driving tests and you unlock like the gears and everything to unlock different championships. That is going to be something I'm really looking forward to doing once we get into the game. Once, you know, the British touring car stuff is done and dusted, then we can get on and play the game as it was intended. little bit dicey. Yeah, I'm well aware. There we go, 8th place. Probably get 7th. Nope, I was going to say probably get 7th, but no, I wouldn't have been able to outbrake that far back. Oh, come on, get out of the way. Oh, he went into the wall. Haha. Cool. Now, because it's arcade mode, the AI don't get race-ending damage. So it's a case of they limp back to the pits, get their stuff fixed, and then they're back out again. So, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, get off the grass, you bloody idiot. Right, another position gained. Still got plenty of time, 13:48, so...
Sixth position.
No, it ain't. It's 5th.
Keep pushing hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna push hard. Halfway through the field. The leaders are just up ahead. So at the moment it's 2 Ferraris leading and 3 Porsches following. No, I wasn't going to risk that. I thought I'll dive up on the inside, but no, it was too risky going through that chicane. Especially with the high rate of speed that you go through there anyway. Too wide? Nah, that would never have worked. Oh, he's pushing me from the side. Get out of it. Go on, bugger off. There we go. Right, 4th place.
Fourth position.
that was dodgy. Luckily, the Ferrari kept it together. He didn't spin. And there we go. Oh no. Spoke too soon. There we go. Easy peasy. Now I just got to keep the lead for the next 9 3/4 minutes. Well, keeping the lead isn't a problem. Keeping my concentration is going to be the biggest factor.
Nice driving, in the lead. Keep it steady.
Oh, a little bit late on the brakes on that one.
Nice driving, in the lead. Keep it steady.
I'll tell you what, if you've never driven around Ennepagusa before, I highly recommend either finding a track to download or buying this game or GTR 2 and just racing around it. It's so much fun. Like, these chicanes are just brilliant to just blast through. Yeah, the pit guy does get a little bit annoying after a while. He says the same thing over and over again. Trying to go for another fastest lap, if possible. Got 5 minutes 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time. Okay, what lap time is this going to give us? It's a 1:23.9. Nice. I think if we can actually nail the apexes, we can probably get it down to a 1:22. Let's give it a go, shall we? Without, you know, crashing the car, first and foremost. Hey, 1:22.8. Nice. I don't think we're going to get any better than that. Not without causing considerable risk to losing the race. So I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, we've got 3 minutes to go. There really isn't much point in trying to force another new fastest lap. But yeah, that's pretty good. I will take that.
Nice driving, in the lead. Keep it steady.
Oh, late on the brakes again. We're leading by 22 seconds. I could probably make this the last lap if I take it slow. Oh, I don't know, actually. We might be cutting it a bit fine. No, I think I might have to do another lap. Unless I go really bloody slow. I'm keeping an eye on the mirrors as well. I mean, we were 21 seconds ahead of second place, so I don't know, you know, slowing it right down, keeping an eye on the mirror. Got 30 seconds to waste. We just wait. No, I can hear him. Yeah, here he comes. Crap, so we're gonna have to do another lap. Bloody hell. Ah, by 11 seconds.
Nice driving, we're in the lead. Keep it steady.
Well, I thought we would have had enough time to be able to slow down enough to not do another lap, but oh well. So it looks like it's going to be a Porsche win and a Ferrari second and third. So all in all, a bit of an uneventful race, but still good fun. There you go. That's the hardest part of the track done anyway, both the first and third chicanes. But yeah, this track again is definitely one of my favorites. Oh. No, 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 come on. No, ooh, we're fine. Yeah, we're good. And there we go. Race is complete. Hooray! And I lose it at the end. Well done. And so does the number 51. So, yeah, that is arcade mode complete. Again, you don't get anything for winning all the races. It's just there literally as to dip your toes into the game. To get used to the cars as they would drive without driving aids as well. So yeah, there we go. We'll just exit that. We'll get our lovely Motorola flip phone photograph with the weird audio in the background. Mike Jordan finished last. Well, that is a shame. And there we go. That is arcade mode complete. It doesn't even say, oh yeah, you won. Congratulations. But yeah, next time then is going to be the simulation mode. Like I said, the first championship is going to be in the 360 Modena, the Ferraris. And I've already set up the drivers for that one. That's going to be for members only to the channel. So technically it's a Ferrari members meeting. Pretty much. It's only over 4 races as well, because I've set the calendar. It's going to be a double header on 2 tracks or 3 tracks, I can't remember. But yeah, after that, it's going to be a free-for-all. Whoever wants to join in, they can. And yeah. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time when we carry on with the simulation mode. So thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and bye for now.